Magnesium. It's the first thing most seniors reach for when leg cramps start jolting them awake at 2, 3 in the morning. And if the bottle you're reaching for, or the form inside it, isn't one your body can actually use anymore, those cramps aren't going anywhere. You've done the right thing. You heard magnesium helps. You bought it. You took it. Maybe you even started eating more spinach, more almonds, more of the foods everyone says are loaded with it. And the cramps kept coming back. Not once, not twice, night after night. That moment, 3 a.m., your calf locks. You're grabbing the side of the bed trying to stand up without falling. That moment doesn't care what the label said. Now, here's what most seniors have been told. They've been told magnesium is magnesium. That if the cramps don't stop, you just haven't taken enough. More milligrams. A bigger dose. A different brand, maybe. However, and this is where the real story starts. Clinical reviews, including a 2020 Cochrane systematic review and a 2023 American Academy of Family Physicians analysis, found that magnesium supplements do not consistently relieve nighttime leg cramps in older adults. Not sometimes. Not in certain cases. The evidence across multiple trials simply did not show reliable benefit for the kind of cramps that wake you up at night. Which means the problem was never about taking more. The problem might be that your body stopped using it the way it used to. And nobody updated you. That's the enemy here. It's not magnesium itself. It's the outdated, one-size-fits-all advice that treats magnesium like a simple math problem. Low number, add more, problem solved. After 60, it's not a math problem. It's a delivery problem. And most of the advice out there hasn't caught up to that. Now, I need to say this clearly because I care about getting this right for you. Everything I share here is for educational purposes only. Always discuss any changes with your own doctor before you act on them. My name is Dr. David Collin, and I've spent years looking at the research on minerals, muscle cramps, and what actually changes in the body after 60. Your doctor never told you this, but I will. If this kind of straight answer is useful to you, stay with me here, because by the time I'm done, you'll know exactly why 2 seniors can take the same magnesium, same dose, same brand, and get completely different results. And the reason has almost nothing to do with the number on the label. Let me show you what's actually happening. When you eat a food that contains magnesium, let's say a handful of pumpkin seeds with dinner, or a piece of salmon, or a cup of cooked spinach, something specific happens. That magnesium doesn't arrive alone. It arrives surrounded by other nutrients. Fiber, potassium, small amounts of calcium, healthy fats that slow down digestion just enough for your gut to do its job properly. Think of it like this. Imagine your gut is a doorway, and magnesium is trying to walk through. When it comes from food, it walks through slowly, with company, in a form your body's been recognizing for your entire life. The door opens. The magnesium gets in. Not all of it, but a steady, usable amount. Now picture the same doorway, but instead of food, you swallow a supplement. A concentrated dose of magnesium in one specific chemical form. It hits the gut fast. There's nothing slowing it down. No fiber, no fat, no co-nutrients. And depending on the form, magnesium oxide, magnesium citrate, magnesium glycinate, the door reacts very differently. Magnesium oxide, for example, is one of the most common forms on the shelf. It's cheap. The number on the label looks high. But the NIH Office of Dietary Supplements notes that magnesium oxide has lower bioavailability compared to other forms. That means a smaller percentage of what you swallow actually gets absorbed. You see 300 milligrams on the bottle. Your body might use a fraction of that. And here's what makes it worse. If the form you're taking pulls water into the intestine, which magnesium citrate and oxide both can do, you may end up with loose stools or outright diarrhea. That's not a minor side effect. That's your body flushing fluids and electrolytes, the very things your muscles needed. So the supplement that was supposed to help your cramps may actually be draining the system that prevents them. After 60, everything changes, and most people aren't told why. Your stomach acid production declines with age. That matters because magnesium absorption depends partly on an acidic environment in the gut. Less acid, less absorption. And if you're taking an acid-reducing medication on top of that, which millions of seniors do, you've now got 2 forces working against the same mineral. This is not age. This is something your body is doing. And once you see it clearly, you can work with it instead of against it. So why would a food work when a supplement doesn't? Because the food changes the whole environment. The magnesium from a cup of black beans at dinner arrives in a matrix your gut was built to process. The fiber slows transit. The other minerals support balance. The fats help absorption. You didn't just eat magnesium, you ate a delivery system. A supplement skips all of that. It's a concentrated, isolated hit. And for some seniors, that's exactly what's needed, especially if their diet is limited or they have a confirmed deficiency their doctor has documented. But for many others, the supplement is solving a problem that doesn't exist while ignoring the one that does. And here's the part that keeps getting missed. Leg cramps at night are not always a magnesium problem. They can be a potassium problem, a calcium problem, a hydration problem, a circulation problem, a medication side effect problem. The NIH Office of Dietary Supplements is clear. Magnesium works in concert with other electrolytes. Pull one out of context and you're guessing. Same mineral, different result, different reason. Let me put it in a way that sticks. Imagine your muscle is a light switch. Calcium flips it on, the muscle contracts. Magnesium flips it off, the muscle relaxes. When magnesium is available and in the right place, the switch works. On, off, normal. But when magnesium isn't getting to that switch, because it wasn't absorbed, because it was lost, because the form never made it past the gut, the switch gets stuck in the on position. That's a cramp. That's what's happening at 3 in the morning. Not because you forgot to take your pill, because the magnesium never made it to where the cramp was happening. You know now why this starts. But knowing where it starts is only part of the story. Where it leads, when it keeps going unchecked, that's what no one ever showed you. Here's what happens next. A senior gets the cramps. They buy magnesium. The cramps continue. So they try a different brand. Maybe a higher dose. Maybe they switch from pills to powder. The cramps still come back. And now something else starts happening. Sleep breaks apart. 2, 3 disruptions a night. Fatigue during the day. Less confidence on their feet. Less willingness to walk. And slowly, so slowly they don't notice, the problem stops being about the cramp and starts being about everything the cramp is taking away. Independence. Steadiness. The ability to get out of bed without bracing yourself. That's what's at stake when we treat this like a label problem instead of a body problem. Now, let me take this deeper. Because the supplements themselves are only part of the picture, there's a category of medications that tens of millions of American seniors take every single day. Proton pump inhibitors, PPIs, omeprazole, lansoprazole, pantoprazole, names you may recognize from your own medicine cabinet. They reduce stomach acid, and they're often taken for years. The FDA issued a safety communication, and this isn't a rumor. This is the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, warning that prolonged use of proton pump inhibitors can be associated with low magnesium levels. Hypomagnesemia, in some cases, serious enough to cause muscle spasms, irregular heartbeat, and seizures. Stop. Listen to this carefully. If you are taking a PPI every day and you are also taking magnesium for leg cramps, you could be pouring water into a bucket with a hole in it. The PPI may be reducing your ability to absorb that magnesium. And no one connected those two prescriptions for you. Most seniors never connect this to that. Today you will. And it's not just PPIs. Loop diuretics. Furosemide is the most common, and thiazide diuretics both increase the amount of magnesium your kidneys excrete. The NIH is clear on this. These medications change your electrolyte math. Your potassium drops. Your magnesium drops. And the cramps that started as a nighttime annoyance become a nightly certainty. So the picture looks like this. A senior takes a PPI for reflux, takes a diuretic for blood pressure, eats a reasonable diet but not a magnesium-rich one, starts getting leg cramps, buys magnesium oxide from the pharmacy, the cheapest, most common form, takes it every morning, gets loose stools, loses more fluid, cramps get worse, buys a higher dose. You can see where this goes. Every step makes sense on its own, but together, they're building a system that works against the very thing it's trying to fix. And the supplement label never told you any of this. Because it doesn't know your medications. It doesn't know your gut. It doesn't know you're 68, not 38. That's the real problem with the one-size-fits-all advice. It assumes a body that doesn't change. Yours did. Now here's a question I want you to actually sit with. Have you been trying to fix a delivery problem with a number on a label? Because that question, that's the one that separates the seniors who keep guessing from the ones who actually find the answer. And before I take you into the deepest part of this, I want to hear from you. I want you to drop a letter in the comments right now. If you believe food should always come first and magnesium pills are usually overused, drop the letter A. If you believe a magnesium supplement is often necessary because food alone isn't enough after 60, drop the letter B. I read every single comment personally. Let me know below. And now here's the part I've been building toward. Everything I've told you so far is real, and it matters. But there's something that changes all of it, something almost no one in this space talks about clearly. And once you understand it, you'll never look at magnesium the same way again. Here it is. The real reason magnesium fails after 60 for many seniors isn't that the body lacks magnesium. It's that the body isn't using magnesium effectively in the muscle. Let me say that again. The issue may not be intake. It may not be deficiency. It may be delivery failure. Your blood level can look acceptable on a lab test. Your doctor can glance at it and say, your magnesium's fine. But here's what that number doesn't show you. Less than 1% of your body's magnesium is in the blood. The rest is in your bones, your tissues, and your muscles. A standard blood test measures the 1%, not the 99% that actually matters for cramps. So a senior can have normal magnesium on paper and still have a muscle that's starving for it. And that senior can take supplement after supplement and never feel the difference. Because the problem was never the amount going in. It was where the magnesium was going, and whether it could get there. And this is the part your doctor may not have updated yet. Delivery failure has layers. The supplement form matters, because some forms cross into tissue better than others. The gut environment matters, because acid levels, transit speed, and intestinal health all change after 60. Medications matter, because PPIs and diuretics can drain magnesium faster than you're replacing it. And the broader electrolyte picture matters, because magnesium doesn't work alone. It works with potassium, calcium, and sodium in a balance. Disrupt one, and the others stop functioning properly. This is why one senior eats salmon and almonds for dinner, sleeps through the night, and feels fine. And another senior takes 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate, eats the same dinner, and still wakes up at 2 a.m. grabbing their calf. The difference isn't willpower. It isn't discipline. It's the internal environment. One body is absorbing, retaining, and delivering. The other is leaking, blocking, or misdirecting. And no label in the world can account for that. I need to pause here and say something important. If you're taking a proton pump inhibitor, a diuretic, medications for your kidneys, or any combination that interacts with magnesium, this is no longer a simple nutrition conversation. This is a safety conversation. Please talk to your doctor before adjusting anything. That is not a formality. That is me being protective of you. What if magnesium isn't missing, just not getting where you need it? That's the twist most seniors never see. They keep chasing the mineral, adding more, switching brands, trying foods, then pills, then powders. And the cramps keep coming because the real question was never, am I taking magnesium? It was, is my body actually putting it to work in the muscle that's cramping? Most seniors never get this far. They manage one piece of the puzzle, but they miss the delivery mechanism. And that gap is exactly what keeps the problem returning. I'm telling you this because nobody else in this space will. Not because it's a secret, because it's complicated. And complicated doesn't sell supplements. But you deserve the full picture. So now, here's what to do with all of this. The first step is the hardest one, but it's the most important. Stop asking food or supplement and start asking, what's actually happening in my body that's keeping this cramp alive? That means looking at 3 things honestly: what you're eating, what medications you're on, and whether your gut is in a condition to absorb what you're giving it. The second step, and this one surprises most seniors, is to stop treating magnesium as a solo fix. If your potassium is low, magnesium alone won't stop the cramp. If you're dehydrated every night because you stopped drinking water after 6 p.m. to avoid bathroom trips, magnesium alone won't stop the cramp. The muscle needs a team. Magnesium, potassium, calcium, adequate hydration, and stable electrolyte balance. A 2023 AAFP review of nocturnal leg cramps makes this clear. There is no single mineral silver bullet for nighttime cramps in older adults. Not random, not aging, not simple. The third step, if food is your path, is to prioritize magnesium-rich foods that fit naturally into your evening meal pattern. USDA Food Data Central shows that 1 ounce of pumpkin seeds has about 156 milligrams of magnesium. A half cup of cooked spinach has about 78 milligrams. 3 ounces of salmon has roughly 26 milligrams plus healthy fats that support absorption. A cup of cooked black beans has about 120 milligrams plus potassium and fiber. You're not just eating magnesium. You're eating the context that makes magnesium work, and the dinner plate is the delivery system. So to be clear, the food isn't better because it has more magnesium. It's better, for many seniors, because it arrives in a form the gut already knows how to handle, surrounded by the other nutrients the muscle also needs. The fourth step is the one most people skip, and it's the one that matters most for safety. If you've been taking magnesium and your cramps haven't improved, or if you have kidney disease, chronic GI problems, or you're on medications that interact with magnesium, do not keep adjusting on your own. Talk to your doctor. Ask for a full electrolyte panel. Ask whether your medications might be part of the pattern, because after 60, guessing gets riskier than most people realize. The National Kidney Foundation is clear. Magnesium supplementation in people with impaired kidney function can become dangerous because the kidneys may not clear excess magnesium the way a healthy kidney would. This is not age. This is something your body is doing, and we can fix it, but only if you stop guessing and start understanding the full picture. Let me bring this all the way home. The question was never food versus supplement. That was the wrong debate. The real question, the one that actually matters, is whether the magnesium you're putting in your body is reaching the muscle that's cramping. For some seniors, a food-first evening meal pattern solves it beautifully. For others, a well-chosen supplement form, discussed with their doctor, fills a real gap. And for a third group, neither one works until the medication blocker or the electrolyte imbalance underneath is addressed first. Most seniors never connect this to that. But now you have. You know why the cramp happens. You know why the magnesium might not be working. You know the forms, the blockers, the medications, and the delivery failures that turn a simple mineral into an unsolved puzzle. And you know the 4 steps to stop guessing and start making decisions that actually match what your body needs after 60. The goal isn't to chase magnesium harder. It's to understand whether your body is absorbing it, wasting it, or never needed magnesium alone in the first place. Before I let you go, there's one more thing, and this might be the most important part of everything I've said today. If magnesium keeps failing, do not keep escalating on your own. After 60, repeating the wrong mineral strategy can hide the real costs. And every night you lose to a cramp is a night your sleep, your steadiness, and your confidence take a hit you didn't need to take. Do not miss this. Now that you understand why magnesium can fail, why the form, the gut, the medications, and the delivery all matter, there's another hidden problem. Even seniors who choose the right magnesium foods are making silent mistakes with how they eat them, when they eat them, and what they pair them with. And those mistakes can quietly cancel out everything you just learned today. I cover exactly that in the next video. Watch it now.